Hello, Sandra. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Very good.
Fine.
Yes,
Yes.
good. How was your week?
A lot of work.
A lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you still doing home office, or do you have to go
But
back to
in my case,
work and home? Right.
in the morning in the office, the work, in afternoon in home office, and another day in the morning home office, in the afternoon in the office. I don't
Wow.
know. It's the crazy.
Yeah. And at work, when you go to work, do they have like the all the measures and protection? Uh, like, well, yeah, to avoid getting infected with the coronavirus, or no?
Yes, and in my office,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of um, person positive the COVID.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, it's so scared.
I can imagine. Wow. And like, but for example, do you guys, when you go to work, do you have contact with people who have coronavirus or who were positive in this case, or no?
Not direct, but not direct contact, but I know
Neighbor
some people,
who have.
a lot of people.
Yeah, now a lot of people
Yeah,
have, I mean, are getting infected. One of my neighbors unfortunately died because of that, and I mean, it's awful. It's just terrible. And people still sometimes, I mean, some, well, not, I don't think some, a lot of people still don't understand uh, that they have to stay home or just be protected. That's the sad part. But well, we have to continue taking care of each other and our families. That's the important part.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So in this case, we're going to start with. I'm gonna show you this. So what we have for today, besides the presentation, we have. We're gonna work with a reading, and we are going to work with a TED Talk video if we have time to finish this one. So I'm going to start with the presentations. Are you ready for your presentations or
yeah,
no?
More or less.
yes,
Or
really.
All right. So in this case, who wants to be first? I'm gonna let you decide who
Me,
wants to be first. So you?
me.
Okay. So here's the only thing that I'm going to show you. Okay. Uh, we have to have rules during the presentation. The most important one is we cannot interrupt the person. Okay. We don't interrupt the person when he or she is presenting. We are going to leave whatever questions we have. We can wait until the end, and that's fine. Important, I want you to turn off your microphone when the person is speaking, because sometimes we have all the noise in the back because of whatever, and maybe the other people can hear. And this is important. I want you to pay attention to the presentation, and if you found something that you liked, you can say something, or if you found something that is interesting, you can also mention something that was interesting from the presentation. Okay.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna send the rules WhatsApp group. But Iram, whenever you want, you can start.
Okay. So, I'm speaking with a microphone.
Okay.
Can you see the presentation?
Not yet.
Okay.
Right
Now?
now it's loaded. Yeah.
Okay. The topic. Sorry. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Today, I decided talking about how can to reach a goal. I explained some strategies and techniques that will help us to reach a goal. And firstly, I explain what is a goal. Everyone heard about goals, achieves, or objectives, aims, etc. But what is that? Well, a simple dictionary definition from a goal or achieve is to do or obtain something that you want after planning and working to make it happen. Obtain something that you want. Could be a car or a house, finish studies, start my own business in my case. But how to reach a goal? One way is having a dream with a dream, because a dream makes us different from the others. Your dreams will show not what you are, but show what you will be. How a dream help us to reach goals? A dream give us the motivation because know what we want to do is for something I want to have in a life. A dream give us a toughness to challenge your thoughts, and a dream also will inspire you because inspired inspired to be creative and inspired to do something or to do things that others not there. Yes. Well, everybody have dreams, aims, ideas, etc. Because we are creative beings. That is what the difference between us. Here I show some strategies. I want to mention the following. Start the day with the dream in your mind. Start the day thinking in your dream and thinking what you do today to reach that dream. The other strategy is see the full dream or complete dream you have, and this strategy show the vision to the dream, and that makes you out of always doing the same and in the same way. When you have a complete vision of your dream in that case, you can divide the dream to achieves or mini goals. And with these mini goals, help to achieve in an easy way. Now, I'm talking about some techniques. I include this list to techniques. And another definition, we know now the dreams and goals. In another definition of goals are steps that lead me to the accomplishment of a dream. And a truth is what makes a person achieve their dreams is to set clear and achievable goals. And the following, the techniques to state or to set clear goals are these. Number one, state goals that can measure, state goals that can schedule time, sort goals as a large, medium, or small, 5 years, 2 years, and by month. Goals by month, goals in 2 years, or goals in 5 years. Sort goals. State realistic goals, but challenge goals. State detailed goals, it is very important, detail. And identify benefits from state goals. What is the benefits to do this? Why is important identify goals? We need to identify our goals, projects, objectives, and dreams to achieve, because in a moment, in a point of the journey of your dreams, this question may arise. What am I doing all this for? Is the person don't know. And that is the reason why it's important knowing our goals and having them detailed, very important detail, in order to guide our activity towards their achievement. Another truth about how to reach goals is that your thoughts become things. Your thoughts, very important. The quality of your thoughts define the quality of your life. Is a truth. And what you propose to think about, you will become. Yes. For example, if your thoughts are to be leader, you become a leader too. Why is important to reach goals? Look at the person with big dreams. You will see someone who can change history. Look at the person without dreams, and you will see a simple human being. Who do you want to be? For your attention, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Sam. Very interesting presentation. I really like the list that you
Yes.
put for us to identify the dream and, well, have a clear idea of the dreams and goals that we want. I never really thought about that, and that was really interesting. Really good.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else who wants to mention something about Iram's presentation? Something that you liked or that you found interesting?
Very clear demands the goal and achievement. Sometimes forget demands this goal, this, because sometimes day on day the work, forget it. O sea, it's a important have a clear definition.
Yes, that's also true. We need to have clear definition of what like our dreams are and what goals are, so that we can have an actual goal to achieve or that we want to achieve. All right. Anyone else who wants to mention something?
I think the idea principal was very clear and was very interesting presentation,
Mhm.
and it was okay. It's okay, the presentation.
All right. Very good.
Thank
So
you.
before we continue, someone else, or is it all good?
Me,
Okay, you want to be next?
yes.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Give me 1 minute, please.
Mhm.
Uh, here. Screen. Okay, can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning. I want to talk about something I want to achievement for myself in the future. I want to talk about the voice acting. The voice acting is the art of performing voice over or providing voices to represent a character or provide information to an audience or ushers. Like Mario Castañeda, Humberto Vélez, Mario Filio, Carmen Sarai, and Fernando Núñez. Fernando Núñez is what is the word? Sorry. Is a broadcaster and TV present. How about you? Sorry, teacher. How about you spelling conductor de televisión o presentador de televisión?
TV host.
Yes. Fernando Núñez, a TV host and broadcaster of multimedios. He make the voice for all the commercials like the Arena Monterrey concerts and something like that. These artists are called voice actors, actresses, or broadcasters. Their duties may also involve singing, although a second voice actor is something chosen as the singing voice actor. And why do I aspire to be a voice actress? Sorry for the mistake for the S. When I was a child, I used to say the dialogues of anime movies with my brothers, especially with him, my little brother. Is as if each of us were a character. At that time, my mom enrolled me in a talent school to develop other complementary roles for voice acting. I really like singing. It's something that I enjoy, and I think behind a voice actress would be an amazing to practice, and it's something very emotional and inspiring to listen one person who is disinvolved in a cartoon, maybe was different for his personality or something like that. And I I think it's a one of my dreams or part of my career. Uh, develop this type of professional career or something like that. And thank you for your attention.
Okay, here I couldn't unmute my microphone. All right, really interesting, Cecilia. I didn't know, but well, I'm not sure if like did you study to become a voice actress or just like complement all of this?
It's like a compliment. It's not like that voice acting,
Uh-huh.
but part of the voice acting you have to develop the actuation, performing uh, performing in studios or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And the school when I was started uh, was more for develop another artistic talent like a singing, dance, uh, performing pasarela, se me fue la palabra en inglés.
Runaways, like runaways.
The runaways, and and the actuation is and something like that.
Okay, really good, interesting. So you like to follow the dialogues of of anime and movies. That's good, interesting. My little brother used to do the same thing. I think everyone at some point. I mean, you do it when you really like the movie or when you really like the anime show or the anime movie. So it's really interesting. Like I said, my little brother still, well, he's not so little. He's almost 19, but he still remembers some of the dialogue. So that's really good, interesting.
Yeah, it's the same like my brother. He's not the little brother, but he's the little brother of the of
Of the family.
all the family.
Yeah. All right. Very good. So really nice. Someone who wants to mention something about Cecilia's presentation?
No, no comments.
So Fernando Nunez is cute.
Yes.
He's a great friend in my work.
You know him.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you work at Multimedios, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Really good.
actually, I take a course about TV and radio
Hmm.
the first semester of my career, and was very polite and very funny. It's very interesting who who have to explain all the theory and
Yeah.
practicing the studies is very fun.
He is a man very talented.
Yes.
All right. Very good.
You should study a career. Now I told you some techniques to achieve that goal.
Yes. All right. So very good. All right. So thank you very much, Cecilia. Who wants to be next?
Hey,
All right. Do you
uh,
can you share your presentation, Eric? Eric, right?
yes.
Okay.
Here. You can see the presentation.
Yes.
Uh,
So you can start whenever you want.
yes. Well, hello everyone. My name is Eric Salazar, and I'm going to talk about my biggest achievements since I am in the high school. I have been in several sports, but I like American football more. And let's start. One of my greatest achievements was getting into high school and being selected by the American football team. What I had to do to get a start in the team was to be very disciplined and have an attitude of going to training every weekday. And this is a photo of me. Mm, One of my best moments of the season was when I managed to intercept the ball and make a touchdown to advance the team to the semifinals. But we couldn't finish the season because of the COVID pandemic. And that's all.
All right. So, how many games did you have to
I
finish
had
before
I had 6 games,
6 games left?
counting ¿cómo se dice? Pretemporada.
Preseason.
Preseason. Yes.
Mhm. Oh, so 6 games. All right. Okay. And are you going to well, I don't think you're going to play because I know that the NFL is doing training and
Yeah.
they are not going to have the preseason, but I think they're just going to start with the they're going to start with the season. Are
Yes.
you guys going to do something similar, or are you going to wait until the governor says, you know what, now you can go back to school?
I think I'm gonna wait, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna still training in my house.
Okay. Do you have like a big space for you to train?
Yes.
All right, very good. Interesting. And now, in this case, well, you're playing American football. Do you plan to continue playing American football in because you're in high school? So
Yes.
when you go to college, do you want to continue playing
Yes.
American
I would
football?
like.
Okay. All right, very good. So maybe you can do something like this. I don't remember the name of this guy who went to who is now a part of the Dallas Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
From the one that
Yeah.
is from the next. So maybe something like that can happen.
Yes.
All
Can.
right, very good, Eric. Anyone else who wants to mention something about his presentation or what he mentioned?
No comments.
You resist
Hi, teacher.
that they finish COVID and you train every day.
Yes. So yeah, you can just get those advices. Continue training,
You
and
need discipline.
yes,
Very condition,
yeah.
physical.
Continue doing physical like with the physical condition you have, and try to avoid drinking beer and stuff because then that's what can limit you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question for Eric. Did you dream it to be like Isaac?
Yes. I I would like to be in Tigres of
Okay.
YNL.
Isaac is a person is a guy who went to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
Okay, I don't remember his name. Right,
Hmm.
very
And
good.
if you have the chance to choose a team, who chose him?
Of the NFL,
Yes.
uh, the Dallas Cowboys too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a fan of you. Are you both fan of Cowboys?
Yes.
All right, good. Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Eric. Who wants to be next?
Me?
Hi, teacher.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, all right, we go with Reinaldo, and then we continue with you, Sandra. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
How put the presentation, please?
And in this case, you have a bar uh, on Zoom that says share screen. Can you see it or no?
Um.
Let me hold
oh,
on.
oh, okay.
Let me see if I have the picture so I can send it to you. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you can see the presentation.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
You have to select the screen that has a presentation. But give me.
Oh. The screen. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You can see.
No,
Ishar.
no, not. uh, Can you see me? No, not yet. Let me show you this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yes, now it's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Mm.
Wow, Nadia Comaneci. Woo!
Okay. Good morning. My name is Reinaldo Ugarte. Today talking about in a person was very famous in to the your goals in the Olympic play in the 1976. I talk to Nadia Comaneci. Nadia Comaneci is a Romanian gymnast who becomes the first woman to score a perfect 10 in an Olympic gymnastic event in 1976 at age 14. Who is Nadia Comaneci? Romanian gymnast Nadia Comaneci became the first woman to score a perfect 10 in an Olympic gymnastic event at the 1976 Olympic Games. At age 14, her performance at the 1976 Olympics redefined both her sport and audience expectation of female athletes. At the 1918 Olympics, Comaneci won gold medals for the balance beam and floor exercise. She retired from competition in 1984 and defected to the United States in the 1989. Early life and career. Nadia Elena Comaneci was born on November 12, 1961 in Giurgiu Dex, Romania, in the Carpine Mountains to parents. Stefania Alejandrina and George, an auto mechanic. Comaneci was discovered at the age of 6 by gymnastic coach Bela Caroli, later to become the Romanian national coach. She won the Romanian National Junior Championship and, as a senior, won the European Championship in the 1975 and the American Cup in the 1976. Olympic game in 1976, Nadia Comaneci trailed the world and the 1976 Olympic game in Montreal, Canada, where at the age of 14, she became the first woman to score a perfect 10 in an Olympic gymnastic event. She received seven perfect scores and won 3 gold medals. She received 7 perfect scores and won 3 gold medals. Was the was the first woman in goals and received 7 perfect score and won 3 gold medals. For the UNEF birds, balance beam and individual around and a bronze medal for her floor exercise. As part of the second place Romanian national team, she won silver. Comaneci performance at the 1976 Olympics redefined both her sport and audience expectation of female athletes. 1918 Olympics and later years. At the 1918 Olympic Games in Moscow, Russia Comaneci won 2 gold for the balance beam and floor exercise, in which she tied with Soviet gymnast Nell Jim, and 2 silver medals for the team competition and individual all-around. After coaching the Romanian national team through to Olympiads, Bela Karolyi defected to the United States in the 1981. He later led the national gymnastic program to its first World Championship. Comaneci retired from a competition in 1984 and working as coach for the Romanian team before defecting to the United States via Hungary in 1989. After appearing in a series of provocative underworld advertisements, she married American gymnast Bart Corner in 1996 and moved to Norman, Oklahoma. In the 1999, Comaneci received a World Sport Award of the Century after being elected Athlete of the Century during a gala in Vietnam, Austria. Comaneci currently does television commentary rights for gymnast publication and travel the world promoting to the sport. It's end. Any question?
All right, very good, Ronaldo. Interesting. I didn't really know about this woman and all of the things that she accomplished. I mean, she started very young at 14, so that's really interesting. And then continuing with this is just
Teacher,
wonderful.
I watched these games
Okay.
yeah. Uh, she was incredible,
Yeah,
amazing.
I can imagine. I mean, it sounded really interesting, like all of the things that she did. And I mean, I know that gymnastics, well, Reynaldo, as you were mentioning, they start early when they are young,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Yeah,
definitely impressive. Like all of the things that she did, I really didn't know about her. Um, but I was amazed by the things that you were mentioning, Reynaldo, and all of the things that she won. So that's really interesting, really good.
yeah, yeah. Reality, she had the life very strong in the life personality and the sport.
Hmm. Okay.
In fact, teacher,
Yes.
in these games, I remember the favorite girls get the gold medal. Where was the Russian girl? In fact,
Yes,
Nadia
yeah,
defect them.
Okay.
yes, yes. The favorite
Yeah,
is the Russian.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I remember that it was amazing. I speechless
Yes,
because
yes.
I watched these Olympic Games, Montreal.
And it's
Did you watch it
also means
online?
sorry.
I asked to Juan Carlos. Did you watch it online the games?
Yeah, I I I I was 9 years old.
Okay.
Mhm.
I am.
Okay.
I am too.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did as well?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Yeah, so in this case, it's really impressive when we have the opportunity to see something like this.
Yeah.
Uh, because as you guys are mentioning, the fact that she was not exactly the favorite, but she defeated the others, that's also impressive.
Yeah.
And it requires a lot of uh, well, good physical condition, but not only
Yeah.
physical condition, mental capacity as well.
And that's the plan.
Yes, discipline, as you mentioned.
Concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Sí, sobre
No
Yeah,
todo.
drink,
and not drinking. Yes.
no
Yeah.
drugs, no drink, no drugs.
No drink and no drugs. All right, very good. So, someone else who wants to mention something about Reynaldo's presentation?
Nothing, teacher.
Okay.
Well, only the, the bad story, the doctor Bella Caroli, I think today is accused or he had a demand for, I don't know, say abuso infantil.
Child abuse.
Yes,
Okay. The coach that was training her.
yes.
Okay, yeah, I think I heard about that. Yeah, he did.
Never compromise.
Yeah, not. It was not proved.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All right, very good, Reynaldo. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, who wants to continue?
Me.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna do it, Juan Carlos. Reynaldo, can you stop sharing your screen so that Juan Carlos can continue?
Yeah. Yeah, teacher.
All right, thank you very
Okay.
much. Right, Juan Carlos, whenever you're ready. Okay.
Can you see? Can you watch the presentation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Woo, Malala.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I admire those people who want to change the world,
Okay.
who wants to make it better place to live. That despite the difficulties, they continue with their work. In fact, I admire. In fact, I think all have our idols. In this case, I admire as a lot Malala Yousafzai. Okay, Malala Yousafzai. She's a Pakistani activist, blogger, and university student living in England. After that, I explained because she lived in England. Since the attack in October 9 in 2012, at the age of 15. He received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014 at the age of 17. Is a great achievement. Become the youngest person to access this award in any of the awarded categories. Very young. In fact, this kind of person I admire so much. In a favor of the education of girls in Pakistan. Malala is known for her civil rights activism, especially women's rights in the Swat River Valley in northwestern Pakistan, where the Taliban regime has banned school attendance from girls. Promoting Yousafzai has grown into an internationally supported movement. His family runs a chain of school in the region. In fact, if you know, the girls in the Taliban system can't to get a school because it's the form of them to how to say to oprimir teacher. I don't know
To oppress.
to oppress the girls because they consider it dangerous that a woman studying in the school. It's terrible. It's terrible. The life of a woman in the Taliban regime. In early 2009, when she was between 11 and 12 years old, Malala wrote a blog for the BBC in London, under a pseudonym. In this blog, she detailed her life under Taliban occupation, her attempts to take control of the valley, in her points of view on promoting girls' education in Swat Valley. Assassination attempt. On the afternoon of October 9, 2012, Yousafzai boarded his school bus in the Pakistan district in Swat. A groomsman approached and asked for her by calling her name. They pointed a gun in her and shot her 3 times. Wow. One of the bullets struck the left side of Yousafzai's forehead. The bullet pierced the skin through the length of the face and then entered the shoulder. He was to die. He could die in this attempt. After that, he continued with her work to include the girls in the school, to get the school all childs in Pakistan, in fact in the world. In this slide, girls included in the education system. The assassination attempt sparked a national and international outpouring of support of Yusuf Safai, who may have become the most famous teenage girl in the world. United Nations Special Envoy for Global Education, Gordon Brown, launched a UN petition, Naciones Unidas, petition in the name of Yousafzai, demanding that all children around the world be in the school by the end of 2015, which helped lead to the ratification of the right to education in Pakistan. Malala's fight paid off. In 2013, in 2014, and 2015, Time Magazine listed Yousafzai was one of the 100 most influential people in the world. She was the first winner of the National Youth Peace Prize, now named after her. The very important of this life is he get several prizes because her activities. In 2014, Yousafzai was announced as the winner of the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize. She shared this distinction together with Kailasha Satyarthi for this fight against the oppression of children and young people and for the right of the children in education. Thank you for watching this presentation. In fact, when I read the history about this person, in fact, I was emotional. I admire those persons that wants to make a better place to live in the world.
Yes, of course. It was her story is really fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the things that she has accomplished, especially for women and for children as well, all over the world. It's really interesting.
Yeah, because this is the reason she won the Nobel Prize Peace.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's still working on that, so that's good. All of the things that she has done, again, her character in general is really interesting.
Yeah, I think she's a strong woman. So strong.
Yeah.
Strong. Yeah. She has an strength.
Yeah, she has a lot of strength.
A lot of strength. Yeah. A lot of strength.
So, who wants to mention something about Juan Carlos' presentation?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I like the people who make the difference in his country or all the world.
Yes.
And Malala is one of my favorites.
All right.
Yeah.
Someone else?
Yes, life in her country is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and the fact that she's doing a little change, that's good.
Yes.
All right, so thank you very much, Juan Carlos. Who wants to be next?
me?
Okay, Sandra, so now it's your turn. So the only thing, Juan Carlos, can you stop sharing?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, we still can see the presentation.
Okay, voy.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, Sandra.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sandra, and my presentation is about the brain and strong man. And this is a clear example of achieving a goal, and because it is the most important thing for him. And I have a question. Are there people who resist dying? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, of course. He is Aaron Raisin. This is the photo. Aaron Raisin is a mountaineer who lives his in an accident. He went, as you read, he went out one day to walk in the canyon, Utah, without telling anyone. And then he accidentally fell into one. This is a great story because it was taken an inspiration to make the movie 107 Hours, because they stay by day into the canyon. When you make a plane, you never think that they can change drastically to plane, to be in a situation of stress, fear, danger, or death. This not pass never in the mind, never. When he fell into the canyon, a rock pressed his arm. He could neither push it or move it because the rock weighed 90 kilos. And then the freeze, he was hoping the another mountaineer will see him. But the third and fourth day, it was a situation of resist and rational food and water. And he told with...
Hi, I'm Brad Callen, and in this video, I'm going to show you how.
Okay. He told he won't die, the hypothermia or the infection. And then he told to suicide. And the moment that you live in a dangerous situation, it's very important to be calm, to be strong, to be aware to look for a way to help yourself, because you are alone. Only your mind and your body stay with you, okay? When he was talking about suicide, he had a great idea to cut his arm but get out. This decision was drastic, but meaning living and dying. And then he worked his bone on a tourniquet and cut his arm with a small razor. And then he had endured more with his pain because he walked 12 kilometers, but someone to find him. Here, As long as you have a very clear object, there will always be opportunity to raise and not abandon to goal. In this situation, is yes or yes. In your mail, you will not accept I can't. I can. You may not accept this is idea. Okay. Today, he's dedicating the giving the motion lectures, writing books. You need us clean. Thanks a project peak. It is a great example to be the age to discovery you resist. He say, I left something in the canyon, but I lost nothing. In the end of the bad adventure, to make you know your edge or limit, I will be satisfaction of knowing yourself and knowing that you have no limit to reach your goal, but I will share think about your experience to help more people, to age another self. I recommend you read some of your books or watch the movie 107 Hours, and you see what we can all come and was decide to age the life put on us. Okay, I will be very excited for me to meet someone to these people who have no limited enjoyment to be able to come one with these people wherever. I know that life is who teach you is. He say, I lived something in the canyon, but I lost nothing. I mean, adversity is a good thing, a gift, and more dedicating a way for your goals. If you bring you closer, you rock, is that your difficulty. You not stop your future. Thank you.
All right,
Bravo.
Sandra. Yes, very good.
Bravo.
Thank you, Sandra. Interesting. I really love the phrase that he mentions. I left something in the canyon, I think, but I lost nothing. It's really interesting because it's true. And as you're mentioning, a good analogy, the rock are the difficulties that you have in life, and you can, I mean, you can leave that rock behind if you actually face that challenge that you have. Okay, very good,
Yes.
really interesting. I haven't watched the movie, but I know about the story. Okay, someone who wants to mention something about Sandra's presentation, something you found interesting or something you liked? No, nothing.
No comments.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Sandra. It was really interesting, and like I said, I really like the phrase and the analogy about the rock and the difficulties.
Yes.
Very good. All right. So, who wants to be next?
Me?
Okay, Pamela. So you can continue. Can you share your presentation, please?
Yes. Wait.
Yes.
Well, this is my presentation. I'm Pamela.
Mm-hmm.
And well, in this case, it's something I want to achieve for myself in the future. In this, I might be able to graduate from the university in the international relations career. Science, it is the career in which I am currently studying, and I want to continue improving myself so that in the end everything goes well. Learn other languages, but the most important thing is continue practicing um, English. Since this language is one of the most important among other languages.
I hear
and
some.
hoping,
I hear something. No.
Yeah, no, don't worry, don't worry. Pamela, you can continue.
Okay. I'm focusing on the range of tourism, which is what has attracting my attention the most, especially because I would like to travel in the future, learn about other cultures, their customs and traditions of other countries, their political questions, and economical, that is the important thing. And I don't know, for me it's very important learning in the other countries, other languages, and other case. I I very like, or very like that festivals, for example, in electronic music. And I would like that travel for the visit the festivals, because it's very I don't know, fantastic that the festivals in the other countries. And that's it. I finish.
All right, thank you, Pamela. Very, very interesting. That, I mean, I guess what I want to say is that I really appreciated the fact that you want to learn more about other cultures.
Thank you.
Yes, very good. It's really interesting
And,
also the fact that you want to know. And
sorry, and I involved in tourism. I don't know, in work in, I don't know, hotels or other areas, or well, in events.
all right,
In the folk. Yes.
Okay. What are you studying, or did you finish with the university already?
International relations.
International relations. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
And have you thought about going to another country and study there or work there?
I think that travel in Canada.
Okay.
Because well, because more practicing English.
To practice more.
Yes.
Okay, all right, very good. I really like I said, the fact that you want to know more about other cultures and how they, like the meaning of the culture of the countries that you might want to visit. Very interesting, really good.
Yeah.
I definitely
Thank you.
hope that your like what you want to achieve, actually, you accomplish it.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Pamela. Who would like to mention something about what Pamela presented? Something you found interesting or something that you liked? No?
No.
All good? All right. Thank you, Pamela.
Okay. You're
Okay.
welcome.
Yes. So, who would like to continue? We still have a
Me,
couple more left.
me, Guillermo.
Okay, Guillermo. So, can you start?
Okay, let me share my person.
Huh.
You see my presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
I hear you good.
Yes.
My
Yes.
okay. Well, mm, good morning to everyone. I'm going to talk about my biggest achievement. That is finish my college. Well, the journey to become a doctor starts with the admission test. It's well known that the admission test to the School of Medicine of Universidad Autónoma de Nuevo León, it's hard because a lot of people applies to this admission test and there's only a few places to enter. In 2012, there were about 3,600 students that applied the test, and the School of Medicine only accepted 950 students. Um, well, the transition to between high school to college uh, was really tough because in the period of exams at high school, I used to study only 30 minutes or maximum 1 hour, and this was only during the periods of exams. In college, it was different. I needed to spend 5, 6 hours daily to read one subject in order to understand the class. Because if I went to the class without reading, it was like the teacher was talking in Chinese or another language. Well, despite of spending a lot of hours studying, my grades were not the best. This pushed me this pushed myself to improve my student skills and practice good time management. I started new studying habits like studying in a quiet place, creating flashcards and notes, and also I created my own schedule to study for every subject. This helped me to reach the good grades. It wasn't easy. I needed to compete against myself because it was easy to get distracted during the hours of studying. Also, by following my schedule, it took time away from my friends and family. I missed a lot of parties and a lot of family reunions. And well, and the first practice at the hospital, this is where I realized where the real medicine it's all about, because you are no longer behind a desk answering an exam. Now you are face to face with with the patient, and you cannot show yourself nervous because you will not give the confidence to the patient. The first time I had my practices was at the maternity room. This is where you assist to the gynecologist to receive the new birth. This was one of my biggest achievements during my college because the doctor said to me to receive the child. This was my very first day. I was so nervous, and despite of knowing the theory, because it was my first time, and also the theory is not the same as the practice. But well, I feel confident in that time because the gynecologist was there. If something gets complicated, he will help me and gets all good. Well, after that practice, I realized that all the effort I put during my studies, all the nights going to bed very late because I needed to finish the daily read, all of those things were worth after listening the cry of the newborn. To finish this presentation, I want to end with this quote that says, "The harder the journey, the stronger you will become." Um, thank you for your attention.
All right, thank you very much, Guillermo. Uh, it definitely, I agree. Studying medicine is really, it's really hard. And I like what you mentioned, that the real medicine, maybe it's when you stop being behind the desk and you actually go to the hospital and you start checking on patients and pretty much working there at the hospital. What are you still doing the like finishing the bachelor degree, or are you doing the medical specialty?
I am studying to get a master's,
Okay,
a specialty.
okay. What is the
And
specialty that you want to become?
I wanna become a geriatrician. Is the one who take cares of the adults. Mm,
Okay, right.
geriatrics.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, very good, interesting. Uh, it's really fascinating that how can I say it? It's really fascinating that, as you're mentioning, there are a lot of people who want to be there in that school, the University of Medicine here at the Uni, and in the end, not all of them graduate. So it is definitely an achievement and an accomplishment. So that's really something that we have to congratulate you on. All right, very good.
Yeah, thank
What? Who would like to mention something to Guillermo? Something you found interesting or something you liked?
Yes, it's great, the presentation. I think, don't worry to
you.
study one day finish.
Yeah.
And will be a great doctor if you put or you have this sensitivity depending another person, and it's the more important is have a sensitive to pain another person, I think.
Yeah, have that sympathy for others. That's because it's not you anymore. It's like them. So that's really important. All
Yeah.
right. Someone else who wants
Yeah.
to mention something? No? All right. Okay. So I do want to ask you something, Guillermo, because a long time ago, I also, for some reason, I decided that I want to be a doctor, and I was there, but you know what? It was not for me.
Yeah.
But I remember that they were saying that sometimes when you are a doctor, sorry, you have to think a lot about yourself first, before you are in danger if you're helping others, for example, because then you're not going to be good uh, to help others if you don't protect yourself first. Is it true?
Yes, in some way because you need to stay healthy and you are uh, under too much stress.
Hmm.
So you need to know how to manage this stress.
All right. Okay.
Mhm.
Very good. Interesting. Excellent. Thank you very much. Good
Thank you.
presentation. All right. So we are left with Brenda and Alberto. Yeah, because the rest already presented. So who would like to continue?
Me, teacher.
All
I
right.
am Brenda.
Okay. Thank you, Brenda.
I will use the computer and the cell phone.
Okay.
Okay. Mm. Okay. Can you see?
It's loading. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we can see it. You can start whenever you want.
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Brenda and I will talk about my goals because I choose the topic of something I want to achieve for myself in the future. But in this presentation, I have some goals. I know that it's only one, but I had more goals. In this moment, I have two short-term goals. I want to graduate on my career. I am studying at Normal Superior because I want to be a teacher. And the other, I want to work, but I still don't know where I want to work because I am from Nayarit and my family lives there. The next are long-term goals. One, I want to buy a car because for me it's indispensable for everything. And for these goals, I must save money, a lot of money, and I must have a work. Two, I want to buy my own house. I have thought that it could be a small house with a garden because I like the flowers. Also with a terrace to watch the sunset because I love the sunset. I am thinking of living alone for some time, but I don't know. For these goals, I must save money too. I must decide where I want to live. Three, I want to travel to other places with my parents. I remember that my parents have traveled to few places in the country because they are almost always working. And for this reason, I want to them to know more cultures, food, people. It's all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Brenda. Very good. The fact that you have short and long-term goals. So that's important. And it's good that you have well defined the things that you want to achieve in short term and in long term. So that's really interesting. Now you mentioned you want to travel. Do you want to go with your parents or do you want to go like do you want to travel alone?
What?
You mentioned that you want to travel.
Uh-huh.
Are you planning on traveling alone or with your parents?
With my parents.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Yes.
Interesting. Excellent. So in this case, as I mentioned, Guillermo, we have to continue working hard to achieve all of these goals. And I mean, you can do it, as Sandra mentioned before as well. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So who would like to mention something to Brenda? Something that you found
This
interesting or you
was
liked?
I liked the presentation and the short words to be clear
Yeah, so the visual part was really good. Okay. Anyone else? All right. Okay, thank you very much, Brenda.
You are welcome, teacher.
And we're gonna continue with Alberto. Are you here?
Yes, teacher.
All right. Let's just
But
wait for.
I don't have my presentation.
You don't have it?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, don't worry. We'll talk about it later. And let's see if is somebody else missing. No, right? No, we already did. Pamela, Eric, Brenda, Guillermo. Yes, everybody's here. Okay. All right. Thank you, Brenda. Can you stop sharing?
Yes, teacher. But okay.
If you can't, I can do it.
Yes.
All right. There you go.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Very good. Okay. So let's see what time is it. Okay. I'm gonna show you this. Let me just make it. All right. So we're gonna continue with the class, but we're gonna start with the following. Let me share the screen. Can you see the PowerPoint or no?
No.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
All right. Give me a second. How about now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So in this case, if you can see, I have 3 different yellow boxes, right? And the green box are I have included the instructions. I want you to take a moment and I want you to read the 3 questions that are in the yellow boxes, okay? The first question is, what are your thoughts about giving away your wealth? How would you feel? And then it says, who would you give your wealth to? Okay. I want you to think about this for a moment, and then I'm gonna ask you to send a WhatsApp audio. Okay. I want you to send a WhatsApp audio, or if you cannot send the audio, a message answering these 3 questions. Okay. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Take a moment and I'm gonna wait for your answers. Right, so remember that you have to send the audio to the WhatsApp group, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I already received Juan Carlos. That's good. I'm waiting for the others. Mm, Okay, perfect. Guillermo, very interesting. Rinaldo. Okay. A charity house. Okay. Okay, so I have received Juan Carlos, Guillermo, Reinaldo, and Cecilia. What about the rest? I'm still waiting. All right, so I have already sent this as well. Iran also. All right. Okay, let's see. So I have Juan Carlos, Guillermo, Reinaldo, Ceci, Sandra, Iram, Gisela, Eric, and Pamela. Okay, Alberto, you already answered. Okay. Okay. So who's typing? Alberto's continue typing. Good. And someone is recording. When I finish reading and listening to this, I'm gonna tell you what you're going to do. Okay, I think everybody is already sent the audio. This is what I want you to do, okay? Before we have a conversation, I want you to listen or read one of the audios or messages that your classmates sent. Only one. You don't have to listen to all of them. Listen to one, and then we're going to have a conversation about this, okay? Yes, everybody?
Yes.
All right, how many do you have to listen?
When?
One. Okay, so please do that. Okay, everybody ready? Ready, everyone?
Yes.
All right. What about the rest? So Cecilia is already done. What about the rest?
Wait a second, wait a second.
Okay, yes.
Sorry, teacher. I have a call. I lost the instruction.
Okay, don't worry. So in this case, can you listen to one audio from the WhatsApp group from your classmates? Only one. Okay, so Guillermo is done. All right, let's just wait for Sandra to listen to one, and we're gonna have a little chat about this. The rest already finished?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just wait for Sandra to come back. We're gonna wait a couple of seconds. The audios were not too long, so that's good. Okay. All right. So when Sandra finishes, she'll come back. Now I do want, and this is for everybody, okay? We are going to take turns, and we're gonna wait for others to finish so we can continue. Now I want you. I listened to your answers about these questions, but I want to focus on this last question, okay? It says,
Yeah.
who would you give your wealth away? So I want you to imagine, you have the opportunity to give your wealth or your money away to someone.
Properties.
So in this case, who would you give it to and why? I want you to tell me why. So who wants to share about this? Hmm? What do you guys think?
Maybe to my children,
Okay.
but but I educate and teach how earn wealth, not only give my wealth.
Okay. So you would teach them how to administrate
And how earn
and how
wealth.
to earn it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Very good. What about the rest? Who would you give your wealth away or your money
Well,
away?
well, for me,
I
if I cannot give my wealth to my family, I will give it to a charity institution, because if I give it to a charity institution, I know that all that money will be spent in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All right. Very good. That's interesting. And what about the rest? Sandra?
uh, me sorry me start the poor family, and the rest is poor people in the country or poor children. So I don't know.
Okay. So to poor people or people who need the money.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. What about the rest?
Me, teacher, I give my health to homeless or poor.
Okay. So to family or poor people. All right. Anyone else who wants to share about this before we continue?
I give my wealth if I have kids or my family. I give my wealth to be okay, and maybe for the people who lives in the streets or living under the bridges.
Okay. So you would help as well. Okay. Anyone else who wants to share something about this? All right. Then we're gonna continue. And I want you to pay attention to the following because we're gonna start with the TED Talk video. The title says, why giving away our wealth has been the most satisfying thing we have done. I want you to please, and somebody who can help me read this paragraph.
Me,
Okay?
well, Bill and Melinda Gates are the world's wealthiest couple, and also two of its most generous philanthropists. Bill and Melinda Gates' idea worth spreading is that the entrepreneurs
Entrepreneurs.
who have succeed, succeeded in business can use their wealth and knowledge to help deal with the world's biggest problems.
Okay. So in this case, we are going to be listening to Bill and Melinda Gates. Okay. This is the important part. They are going to talk about why it was satisfying to give away their wealth. Okay. And the things that they have done. But I want you, if you have your book with you, please open your book on page 83. Okay. On page 83, you have this paragraph.
Okay.
Let me know when you have your book opened.
Ready?
Okay. What about the rest? Ready?
Ready.
Yes, ready.
Good. All right. So we have this paragraph, and the paragraph has some words in bold. What I want you to do is read this paragraph and then continue reading these sentences from 1 to 5. When you finish, I want you to underline or circle the words in the parentheses that are the meaning of these words. Okay?
Which page?
It's page 83.
Okay.
All right. So please take care of, please finish that, and then we're gonna check the answers. Let me know when you finish.
Mhm.
Remember, when you finish, let me know.
I'm ready.
Okay. I'll just wait for the others.
Ready.
Okay. What about the rest? Ready?
Ready?
Okay, okay. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to focus only on the sentences. First, we check here what you have, and then I'm going to check the software. So who would like to read sentence number 1?
Yes.
Okay? No? Nobody wants to read number 1?
Me.
Okay.
All right. The number 1, something that is satisfying gives you feelings of pleasure.
Okay.
I think it's pleasure.
Pleasure. Okay. Everybody agrees, or do you have calmness?
I agree. I agree.
Okay. So pleasure. Good. Number 2, who wants to read number 2?
Me.
Okay.
The philosophy behind something refers to the ideas and attitude behind it.
Okay. So ideas and attitude. Everybody agrees, or do you have something different? Well, the other word.
Agree.
I agree.
All right. Number 3.
Philanthropy refers to effort you put into help other people.
Okay. So to help other people.
I agree.
Everybody agrees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4.
Me,
Okay.
if you have a great responsibility, you have a lot of common sense.
Common sense. Okay. Everybody agrees?
I don't know. I have
No,
that.
power.
I think it's power.
Doubts.
Okay, so power or common sense. All right, we're gonna check that in a moment, okay? And number 5, who wants to read number 5?
Me?
Okay,
A world that is more just is more fair.
okay. All right, so I'm gonna, wait, here it is. And let's go to this activity. Give me a second. Right. Okay, so we're gonna check and just make sure that what you have is correct. And we're gonna check the number 4. All right, so we said pleasure, we said ideas and attitude, help. This one we were not sure, so we're gonna wait. And then we said fair, correct?
Correct.
All right, so I'm gonna put here so we can check the answers. Okay, well, this one didn't really have so the answers. In this case, number 4 is power. Yeah, if you have a great responsibility, then you have a lot of power.
Okay.
So before we continue, questions that you have with these words.
It's like Spider-Man.
Yeah, like Spider-Man. Yeah, I was thinking about that. So with great power, you have great responsibility or something, right?
Yes.
All right, very good. Questions that you have with these vocabulary words or something that you're not sure?
In the number 5, just I understand the meaning in this case, but just the same word is used to other meanings, right?
Yeah, it can be for other meaning. Yeah, like just one
Just now.
or just now.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be talking about amount of something or that or time.
Okay.
So it has a lot of meanings.
Teacher,
In the number 5, the word juice and fair are synonym.
Yeah, in this case, they are synonyms.
Okay.
okay.
Any other question?
Yes, in the number 2, the word uncertainty. What is the
Uncertainty?
meaning? Yeah. What?
Uncertainty is when you are not sure.
Okay.
Like when you don't know, you're like maybe yes, maybe no. I'm not. I don't really know.
Okay.
Something like that.
In the number 4, common sense, is correct the tense the tense of the phrase common sense. It's like in the meaning is the same, like in Spanish. Okay.
Well, what is the meaning that you have in Spanish?
When you use the logic to do something, there's common sense. Use the common sense.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the same meaning as in Spanish. All right. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do now. Like I said, we are going to continue with the TED Talk videos. Well, with the video. And well, actually, before we do this, I do want to for you guys to work with this. So the instructions say read the expressions from the yellow box. These are the expressions from the yellow box. And then read the sentences from the green box, these 3. I want you individually for now decide which definition this correspond to these expressions, okay? Take a moment, read them, and then we're gonna check them.
Strike balance. Sure. Okay.
Let me know when you finish, okay?
Finished.
All right. What about the rest? Ready?
Finish.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to read the ones that are in yellow, and you tell me which one corresponds to which. Number 1 says to strike a balance. What do you think it is?
Means to find
Me
a
to find a comfortable ground between two extremes.
All right. So to strike a balance pretty much is to have a balance, right? In between two extremes.
Yes.
Number 2 says to be showered with something.
Time means to give a lot of.
Means to give. Means to be given a lot.
Okay. So this one, everybody agrees?
Yeah.
Good. And the last one says the term permission in regards of privacy.
Allowing others to see or know details.
Okay. Pretty much. So allowing others to see or know details about something that are not public. Now, this is important. These words or expressions are going to be some of the things that you are going to listen in the TED Talk video. So we need to have them very clear. Do you have questions with this before we continue?
No, no questions.
No question.
No? Nobody?
No.
Iram?
I don't understand the meaning. Means to given a lot of it.
Okay, so in this case, it's literally, for example, when you, I'm gonna use the usual example. So for example, when you take a shower,
Yes.
you open you open the shower and a lot of water comes to you, right?
Yes.
Because you're opening the shower. So to be showered with something it means that something or someone is giving you a lot of things.
Okay.
For example, on Christmas, maybe you're showered with a lot of gifts. So it means that they give you a lot of gifts or presents.
Okay.
So it's something that it's pretty much to receive something in a lot of quantity. All right.
Okay. Yes.
Is it better?
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna continue. So like I mentioned, the TED Talk is about Bill and Melinda Gates. Okay. We're gonna watch a video. It is in 3 parts. So they are 3 separate short videos. What we're gonna do first, and this you have it on page 83, it's the last activity. We're gonna listen and you're going to mark the sentences that you think Bill and Melinda would agree. Okay? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna watch the video, and as we watch it, you decide which ones are the sentences, okay? Let me... Are you ready? Oh no, I didn't share the sound. Hold on. Ready?
Sorry, teacher.
Yes.
What is profit table?
Hold on a second.
Profit table. In the last sentence,
Profitable. So it
profitable.
says wealthy people should only invest
Oh yeah. Okay.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, es redituable o algo así.
Yeah, pretty much that it can give you results.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me share. Here it is. So everybody is ready to listen to the video?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So here you go.
Bringing up 3 children when you're the world's richest family. Seems like a social experiment without much prior art. How have you managed it? What's been your approach?
Well, yeah, I'd say overall, the kids get a great education, but you've got to make sure they have a sense of their own ability and what they're going to go and do. You know, our philosophy has been, to be very clear with them, most of the money's going to the foundation and, help them find something they're excited about. We want to strike a balance where they have the freedom to do anything, but not sort of a lot of money showered on them so that they could go out and do nothing. And so far, they're, fairly diligent, excited to, pick their own direction.
I mean, you've obviously, you've guarded their privacy carefully for obvious reasons. I'm curious why you've given me permission to show this picture now here at TED.
Well, it's interesting. As they get older, they so know that our family belief is about responsibility, that we are in an unbelievable situation just to live in the United States and have a great education. And we have a responsibility to give back to the world. And so as they get older, and we are teaching them, they have been so many countries around the world, they're saying, we do want people to know that we believe in what you're doing, Mom and Dad, and it is okay to show us more. So we have their permission to show this picture, and I think Paul Farmer is probably going to put it eventually in some of his work, but they really care deeply about the mission of the foundation, too.
I mean, you've easily got enough money, despite your vast contributions to the foundation, to make them all billionaires. Is that your plan for them?
Nope. No, they won't have anything like that. They need to have a sense that their own work is meaningful and important. And, we read an article actually before we got married, where Warren Buffett talked about that. And we're quite convinced that it wasn't a favor either to society or to the kids.
Okay. So, were you able to get some of the answers?
No.
No? You want to listen one more time?
Yes.
Okay. So, this is what we're gonna do. I want you to pay attention. Who wants to help me read the sentences that we have in here?
Me.
Okay.
Giving children a good education is more important than giving them money. Children should be allowed to choose their own direction in life. Wealthy people should give something back to the world. Wealthy parents should limit their children's exposure to the outside world for safety reasons. And wealthy people should only invest money in profitable businesses. Profitable business.
Okay. All right. So one more time. Remember, we're gonna watch the video, and you have to select or mark the ones that you think they will agree. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna play one more time.
Bringing up 3 children when you're the world's richest family seems like a social experiment without much prior art. How have you managed it? What's been your approach?
Well, yeah, I'd say overall, the kids get a great education, but you've got to make sure they have a sense of their own ability and what they're going to go and do. Our philosophy has been, to be very clear with them, most of the money's going to the foundation and, help them find something they're excited about. We want to strike a balance where they have the freedom to do anything, but not sort of a lot of money showered on them so that they could go out and do nothing. And so far, they're, fairly diligent, excited to, pick their own direction.
I mean, you've obviously, you've guarded their privacy carefully for obvious reasons. I'm curious why you've given me permission to show this picture now here at TED.
Well, it's interesting. As they get older, they so know that our family belief is about responsibility, that we are in an unbelievable situation just to live in the United States and have a great education. And we have a responsibility to give back to the world. And so as they get older, and we are teaching them, they have been so many countries around the world, they're saying, you know, we do want people to know that we believe in what you're doing, Mom and Dad, and it is okay to show us more. So we have their permission to show this picture, and I think Paul Farmer is probably going to put it eventually in some of his work, but they really care deeply about the mission of the foundation, too.
I mean, you've easily got enough money, despite your vast contributions to the foundation, to make them all billionaires. Is that your plan for them?
Nope. No, they won't have anything like that. They need to have a sense that their own work is meaningful and important. And you know, we read an article actually before we got married, where Warren Buffett talked about that, and we're quite convinced that it wasn't a favor either to society or to the kids.
All right. Was it clear? Yes?
I don't know.
Less.
All right. So we're going to check the ones that you have. Remember, these ideas, the ones that are in here, are the ones that they would agree with. Okay? So I'm going to read them, and you're going to tell me, yes, Bill and Melinda would agree, or no, they wouldn't agree. So it says, giving children a good education is more important than giving them money. What do you think?
I put.
Okay. And then we have the second one. Children should be allowed to choose their own direction in life.
Agree.
Okay.
I don't put.
You didn't put it. Okay, so we're gonna select it just in case. And then it says, wealthy people or people with money should give something back to the world. Yes or no?
I put it. Yes.
Okay, let's see, we're gonna check. And then we have number 4. Wealthy parents or parents with money should limit their children's exposure to the outside world for safety reasons.
I don't put it.
No.
Okay. All right, and then the last one, wealthy people should only invest money in profitable businesses. No?
No.
All right, so we're gonna check then the 3 that you selected. Yes, all right. So in this case, they mentioned education is important. They can choose what they want to do, and people should give something back to the world. Okay. Questions that you have with this?
No.
All right.
No questions.
We're gonna continue with the next part, which is going to be the second part of the video. This is on page 84. But we're gonna have, if you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. Who wants to help me read the questions and the answers before we watch the video?
Me.
Okay. Yes.
Number 1, how much of their wealth have the Gates pledged to give away? Let it be 95 billion. Let it be 95%. The Gates and Warren Buffett had been trying to persuade other billionaires to donate of their assets for philanthropy. Letter A, a quarter. Letter B, more than half. How many people have taken the given pledge? Letter A, fewer than 100 people. Letter B, over 100 people. And the participants of the given pledge meet every year to talk about different ways of doing good, how government policies can be improved. According to Bill Gates, one of the best things about philanthropy is its diversity or history. According to Melinda Gates, what most philanthropists have to inspire change, creativity and drive, good speaking skills.
Okay, so before we watch the video, questions that you have with these questions and the answers? Is it understandable?
Yes.
All right. So then we're gonna, let me just go to the software where the sound is on. And let's go to page 84. All right, everybody ready to listen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So here you go, I'm gonna play it.
And I think you've pledged that by the time you're done, more than, or 95% of your wealth will be given to the foundation.
Yes.
And since this relationship, yeah, it's amazing. And recently, you and Warren have been going around trying to persuade other billionaires and successful people to pledge to give more than half of their assets for philanthropy. How is that going?
Well, we've got about 120 people who've now taken this giving pledge. The thing that's great is that we get together yearly and talk about, okay, do you hire staff? What do you give to them? We're not trying to homogenize it. I mean, the beauty of philanthropy is this mind-blowing diversity. People give to some things, we look and go, wow. But that's great. That's the role of philanthropy, is to pick different approaches, including even in one space like education. We need more experimentation. But it's been wonderful meeting those people, sharing their journey to philanthropy, how they involve their kids where they're doing it differently. And it's been way more successful than we expected. Now it looks like we'll just keep growing in size in the years ahead.
And I think
sorry, go on.
Having people see that other people are making change with philanthropy. I mean, these are people who have created their own businesses, put their own ingenuity behind incredible ideas. If they put their ideas and their brain behind philanthropy, they can change the world. And they start to see others doing it and saying, wow, I want to do that with my own money. And to me, that's the piece that's incredible.
All right, is it good? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to read the questions and you tell me the answers, okay?
Yes.
We have number 1. It says, how much of their wealth have the Gates pledged to give away? A?
A. Digo, B.
B?
B.
All right. And then we have number 2. It says, the Bates and Warren Buffett have been trying to persuade other billionaires to donate
More than half.
more than half?
Yeah.
B.
Okay. 3. How many people have taken the given pledge? A or B?
B.
Over 100 people.
Okay.
A, no.
A? All right.
B.
So
B.
A or B? Okay,
B.
number 3, we're gonna check then in a moment. And then number 4, the participants of the Giving Pledge meet every year to talk about
Different way of doing
A.
it.
Okay. Number 5, according to Bill Gates, one of the best things about philanthropy is its
Diversity.
okay. And then number 6, according to Melinda Gates, what must the philanthropists have to inspire the change?
Creativity and drive.
Everybody agrees?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to check all of the answers. Okay. All right, so number 3, it was, so all of them are correct, only number 3. Number 3 was over 100 people, okay?
Yeah.
All right, all good? Questions that you have with this?
No.
Oh, it's great.
No questions.
Okay, let's see. Now, I'm gonna just, we are going to listen to the third part, but in your book, you have section C, okay? Let me just, this one. You have section C, okay? And it says, guess the answers to complete the sentences below. These are the sentences below, from number 1 to number 4. I want you to circle, as it says in here, the correct answers, and then we are going to watch part 3 of the video. But for now, I want you to answer this part from number 1 to number 4 with what you think, okay? Yes?
Teacher, what is debt in the number 3?
Let me,
Debt.
debt. Okay, so debt is when, imagine that you ask for the bank, for Banorte, I don't know, money, a credit, and then you cannot pay, and you continue not paying because you don't have work or something. So the debt is all of the money that you haven't paid. Yes or no?
Okay, yes.
Yes, right. Yes. So please answer this and then tell me, we're gonna check the answers.
We're listening in the part 3?
We're going to listen number 3, but first we're gonna check the answers that you put.
Okay.
Okay. So did you finish this?
Yes, finish.
Okay. What about the rest? Did you finish?
Yes.
Okay. So number 1, I'm going to read and you tell me the answer. Okay. It says, according to Bill Gates, the US or Canada has the strongest tradition of philanthropy in the world. What do you think?
I think it's Canada.
Okay, so you think it's Canada? So I'm gonna mark it, okay? Maybe it's Canada. We're gonna check the answers in a moment. Number 2 says, Bill Gates is doubtful, optimistic that philanthropy can help solve problems governments aren't good at working on.
Optimist.
Optimist.
Okay.
Optimist.
Okay. 3, the interviewer, Chris Anderson, believes that the world has a terrible inequality, debt problem.
I think it's inequality.
Okay.
Inequality.
Me too.
Okay, so we're gonna do this. And then we have number 4. It says, Melinda Gates believes that the best way to address the inequality debt problem is to change the financial education system. What do you think?
Inequality problem.
Okay.
In education system.
Okay. So in this case,
I think so.
okay. So we're gonna check part 3, and then we're gonna check these answers. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what you have is correct.
It seems to me it's really hard for some people to figure out even how to remotely spend that much money on something else. I mean, there are probably some billionaires in the room and certainly some successful people. I'm curious, can you make the pitch? What's the pitch?
Well, it's the most fulfilling thing we've ever done. And, you can't take it with you. And if it's not good for your kids, then let's get together and brainstorm about, what can be done. The world is a far better place because of the philanthropists of the past. And the U.S. tradition here, which is the strongest, is the envy of the world. And part of the reason I'm so optimistic is because I do think philanthropy is going to grow and take some of these things government's just not good at working on and discovering and shine some light in the right direction.
The world's got this terrible growing inequality problem that seems structural. It does seem to me that if more of your peers took the approach that you two have made, it would make a dent both in that problem and certainly in the perception of that problem. Is that a fair comment?
Oh yeah, if you take from the most wealthy and you give to the least wealthy, it's good. It kind of tries to balance that, and that's just.
But you change systems. I mean, in the U.S., we're trying to change the education system so it's just for everybody and it works for all students. I mean, that to me really changes the inequality balance.
That's the most important.
Okay. So, from what you have in here, do you still agree with the answers that you gave? Or do you want to change something?
Number 1 is the USA.
Yes.
Okay, so number 1 is the USA. And the rest, all good?
All good.
Good.
All right, so we're just gonna check these answers and then we're gonna do one last activity from here. So we have inequality. Yes, all of them are correct. Very good. Okay, so actually the last part of the TED Talk video complete is again part 3. We're gonna watch again this part, and now what I want you to do is, let me just highlight it here. We have these 3 sentences, okay? Number 1, it says, it's the most fulfilling thing his. And then
What means fulfilling?
Fulfilling is that something that completes you.
Okay.
So fulfilling is something that that you do that really completes you, makes you feel good, makes you feel satisfied with what you do.
Okay.
Okay. Number 2 says you can't space with you. And then number 3, it says it's line for your kids. We are going to listen to part 3 and you're going to complete below summarizing Bill Gates, okay, not Melinda or the interviewer, Bill Gates' pitch to other billionaires, okay?
Okay.
Right, so in this case, are you focusing on Melinda or Bill Gates?
Okay.
Bill Gates, okay?
It seems to me it's really hard for some people to figure out even how to remotely spend that much money on something else. I mean, there are probably some billionaires in the room and certainly some successful people. I'm curious, can you make the pitch? What's the pitch?
Well, it's the most fulfilling thing we've ever done. And, you can't take it with you. And if it's not good for your kids, then let's get together and brainstorm about, what can be done. The world is a far better place because of the philanthropists of the past. And the U.S. tradition here, which is the strongest, is the envy of the world. And part of the reason I'm so optimistic is because I do think philanthropy is going to grow and take some of these things government's just not good at working on and discovering and shine some light in the right direction.
The world's got this terrible growing inequality problem that seems structural. It does seem to me that if more of your peers took the approach that you two have made, it it would make a dent in both in that problem and certainly in the perception of that problem. Is that a fair comment?
Oh yeah, if you take from the most wealthy and you give to the least wealthy, it's good. It kind of tries to balance out, and that's just.
But you change systems. I mean, in the US, we're trying to change the education system so it's just for everybody and it works for all students. I mean, that to me really changes the inequality balance.
That's the most important.
All right. Were you able to get some of the answers? Yes or no?
The 1 and 3, the 2, no.
No. Okay. What about the rest? No? Yes or no, guys? Only some answer.
No, again, if
Okay.
you can.
So we're gonna listen to this one more time. Please pay attention to this part, and then we're gonna check the answers, okay?
Okay.
It seems to me it's really hard for some people to figure out even how to remotely spend that much money on something else. I mean, there are probably some billionaires in the room and certainly some successful people. I'm curious, can you make the pitch? What's the pitch?
Well, it's the most fulfilling thing we've ever done. And, you can't take it with you. And if it's not good for your kids, then let's get together and brainstorm about, what can be done. The world is a far better place because of the philanthropists of the past. And the U.S. tradition here, which is the strongest, is the envy of the world. And part of the reason I'm so optimistic is because I do think philanthropy is going to grow and take some of these things government's just not good at working on and discovering and shine some light in the right direction.
The world's got this terrible growing inequality problem that seems structural. It does seem to me that if more of your peers took the approach that you two have made, it would make a dent in both in that problem and certainly in the perception of that problem. Is that a fair comment?
Oh yeah, if you take from the most wealthy and you give to the least wealthy, it's good. It kind of tries to balance out, and that's just.
But you change systems. I mean, in the US, we're trying to change the education system so it's just for everybody and it works for all students. I mean, that to me really changes the inequality balance.
That's the most important.
Okay. So we're gonna check and let's see what you have. So these are pretty much the 3 answers that we have. It says take it good, not good, ever done.
Ever done, number 1.
Okay, so it's the most fulfilling thing he's ever done. Yes?
And take it
Okay.
with you. You can
Take
say
it with you. Okay.
it's not good for your kids.
So yes, these are the 3 things that pretty much he's mentioning in the TED Talk video. It's the most fulfilling thing he's ever done. You can't take it with you, and it's not good for your kids. These are the things that he said. Okay?
Yes.
And we're gonna go to here. To pretty much finish this part, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a little conversation once more. Now you're gonna do it in pairs or in groups of 3. And we have 3 different sentences and or questions. Number 1 says, look again at Bill Gates' pitch in D. So this is the pitch. This is what he mentioned. Okay. The question is, how does he persuade other billionaires to donate their wealth? I want you to try to remember what he does. And then number 2, it's about you. It says, imagine you have $28 billion or whatever you want to think of. What percentage of your wealth would you give away And I want you to also mention why, okay? If you say, no, you know what, maybe 5% or 10%, but why, okay? And then number 3, to what causes or charities would you give your wealth or your money away, okay? So you know what, in Mexico they have Teleton. I want to give my money to Teleton because blah, 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 okay? This is for you to have a conversation. So it means that you're gonna work in pairs or groups of 3 in a breakout room. All right, I'm gonna send this picture in specific to the WhatsApp group so you can have this discussion, okay? Yes?
Yes.
All right. And with this, I think we're pretty much going to be over. So let me just see how many people we are so I can send you to the breakout room. I guess, yeah, 3. Let's see. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. So in this case, Juan Carlos, if you're having problems, what you can do is just write on the chat, okay? But be present in there. So I'm just gonna separate you guys in groups of 2, in 2 groups. All right. Please accept the invitation, and I'm gonna send the picture to the WhatsApp group, okay?
Okay.
All right. You should receive the invitation now. And let me send this. Okay. Déjame ver entonces a ver tú. Okay, all right.
But Don, how he did?
Based on number 1 sentence in the picture.
To donate their wealth.
When the question 2, no, is why? What percentage would you well to way away, no?
Yes.
The percentage, I don't know. I think the this I think
I think I donate the same thing around 25%. So I don't know, 25%.
But I think in the number 2, I donate that percent, but no charities, no how do you say,
Poor
no,
people?
no, not poor people, because you do a damage. I think it's better to invest in, I don't know, technologies or in
Recursos.
Yes, reason is very is and the actually the poverty and the hunger is it's very dangerous. It's very big. Um, I use the money, the 28 millions, for combat this problem in the world
Yes.
because the population is increase year after year, and the resource is the resource uh, the resources are running out, and this money I can help for this problem.
Yes. It's for
what else?
Today is have a problem, have a wealth, because in Mexico now they investigate this state, this act, where give to health, to money. It's very problem. We have a lot of money.
Yeah, in some cases it's very difficult to be comprehensive with the people, how the people think about this, that about any situation.
Yes.
For example, the last weekend, I was out the conference, and Manuel de la O says we ay, se me fue la palabra. We talk with another people to help us with 16 millions of pesos to have the hospitalities, and the people pay with camas para los hospitales, but no with the money. So it's a situation, it's a complicated situation.
It's gross. It's government in Mexico.
Yes.
See you.
All right, so we're all back here, and we're pretty much going to be finishing the session today. I do just want to, I want to focus on question number 2, okay? And this one is for everybody here, whoever wants to share. Question 2 says, imagine you have 28 billion. What percentage of your wealth or your money would you give away, and why? So who would like to share the answer for number 2? and explain a little bit why before we finish.
Okay.
Okay. So who would like to share?
Me.
Okay.
I mentioned it in the background. If I had 28 billions of dollars or pesos or anything, I donate the 8%, but only the area, the science or the investigation, because it's the area to need help to progress in this country.
Okay. So you would do it to make it so that we can change and be better as a country.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Anyone else who wants to share something for question number 2?
Yes, it's the same, but I donate 25%, but the school, the building school, poor children's and hospital and medicine, I don't know.
Okay. So also, well, to help others and also to make the country better because you want to help on education.
Yes,
All right.
education.
Pretty good. Anyone else before we finish?
Yes. No comments.
No comments. All right, very good. So in this case, for now, that's it. I am going to show you the grades from the quizzes and the homeworks.
Oh
So
my
let
God.
so before we let me just wait. Here it is. There you go. So what I want, the people that are still here, of course, I want, please, this is the numbers are your register enrollment number and then your name. So
Okay.
remember your number. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And so in this case, it's the same. This is a number, and then these are the grades for the exam or the quiz.
Oh my God.
So the thing that I noticed, and again, it's something that we do have to practice a little bit more, was in the reading. No, not in the reading, sorry, in the listening part. The thing that affected a lot, some of you, the listening and some words from the vocabulary. So those are the things that might have affected a little. So it means that we're gonna have to work a little bit more on these two things. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But overall, I think that it was good. We still have to practice a little bit more on the, as I said, vocabulary and listening. But the rest, I think you're going in a good path. Okay. Questions that you have with your grade?
No questions.
No
question.
No question.
All right.
No question.
Can I say the answers in the platform Google? Yes, or
Can you what, sorry?
can I see the answers?
No, we don't have the option since it's digital and it's in Google Classroom. We don't really have the answers. We will have to show you all the quiz and we cannot really do that.
Okay.
But let me see if I can, because if I show it right now, I'm gonna be showing everything and I cannot really do that. But let me see if during the week I can like modify, not modify, but take the information, put it in a Word document or something so we can see it next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So
This
for
is
now,
exciting.
so for now, that's it, everyone. Thank you for your presentations. They were really good. And thank you for staying until the end. I will see you next Saturday. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank
Teacher,
you.
I have a question.
Yes.
I need to send my presentation, or
Yes. If I am going to, I forgot about that. I'm gonna remind this everyone in the WhatsApp group. But yes, can you send the presentation to my email?
okay.
All right.
Thank you, teacher.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Happy
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend and a week.
You too.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.